So today I want to take some time to talk about self-care. A lot of people, I've noticed that when I ask them about their self-care, they say something along the lines of, I don't have time for that, or I don't have enough money for that. And at first I was really confused. I was wondering what makes people think that self-care requires a lot of time or a lot of money. And then I did a Google search and I found that there's a lot of misinformation out there about what self-care is, and a lot of products saying that you need this product in order to self-care, like bath bombs or a facial mask or getting a massage. And although all of those things are awesome and great if you have the time and money for them, that's not the situation we're all in. And sometimes we don't have time to even go out and buy those things, or we don't have the money and we're living on a tight budget, and we just need to find ways to self-care on a daily basis. And honestly, that's probably the best type of self-care. Self-care doesn't have to be this thing where we have to schedule it out and do it and make it this huge thing. You could do small shifts every single day in order to take care of yourself and give yourself a little bit of time and a little bit of a break. So today I'm going to give you what my ideas of self-care are. But first, if you're new to my channel, I am so glad that you're here. I make videos once a week about mental health topics, so please be sure to subscribe. That way you never miss an update. And if you are coming back, you know I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure to like this video and share it out, so that keeps me motivated to continue making videos. Now grab your cup of coffee and let's get started. My definition of self-care is what you do or don't do, that's very important, in order to give yourself some love, some attention, and some care. So in our current lives, we are go, go, go. We're going to work, we're going to school, we have families to take care of, pets, kids, and sometimes it can be really overwhelming to even think about ourselves. I've been there where, you feel like you don't have time to take care of yourself or to do something for yourself, like just relax and just say no to the world because you feel like you're going to miss something. And although that can be a real thing, it is possible to miss something. With self-care, if you do it right and you do it daily, then you're actually less likely to start missing something. You're more likely to have your life in order. You're more likely to be able to be there for the people that you want to be there for, because you're going to feel rejuvenated and full of life and full of energy. Whereas if you're burnt out, you might be there in presence, like physically, but you won't really be there mentally. You'll be checked out. So let's talk about some things that you can do or not do that will count as self-care. So one of my favorite self-care techniques is not doing something. I mean it. I don't do anything. So when I feel like having a self-care day, I do not do the dishes. I do not clean up after my dog or my husband or whatever. I just leave everything the way it is, and I do the things that I want, whether that's listening to an audiobook that I wouldn't have been able to listen to because I would have been doing the dishes and trying to clean up, or maybe watching a show or catching up on my shows, listening to music. That to me is one of my favorite forms of self-care, just kind of ignoring everything I have to do in the house, all the chores, and just doing what I want for that moment. And sometimes it's just 5 minutes. Sometimes I get a whole hour. It doesn't matter as long as you give yourself the time. And the next one is taking mental health days. I know so many people that have vacation time, paid time off, sick leave, personal days, and they just let it accumulate, and they have like so many vacation days at the end of the year, and they're like, I haven't taken my vacation. I need to take my vacation. And I'm like, what? Take your vacation days. Trust me, your work will be there when you come back to it. They have vacation days for a reason. They have them there because taking a day off or 2 days off or getting that rest that you need will make you a more efficient employee. So take the time off. You deserve the time off. It's there for a reason. As long as you're not, excessively calling out, then it really shouldn't be a problem. And your boss will appreciate you more for taking care of yourself and being able to be present when at work. My next self-care tip is to take like 5-minute breaks throughout the day. Just 5-minute breaks. Doesn't have to be, if you don't have 5 minutes, take a minute. It doesn't matter. Just take a break. And focus on how you're feeling in that moment. Breathe in, breathe out, and kind of let a sigh out, and like maybe stand up and stretch, or, just take a quick step around, get a drink of water. Just do something to get yourself out of whatever task you were doing and give yourself some attention, whether it's for a minute or 5. 5 minutes would be ideal if you have it. If you're working in a fast-paced job, or you're a teacher and you can't really take 5 minutes, then maybe just a minute to kind of recollect your thoughts. Whether you have to take a bathroom break to do so, does not matter. Just give yourself a minute to 5 minutes to just breathe. I do have a video about breathing, which I will link up here so that you guys can take a look at it and see some of my favorite breathing techniques that will help recenter you. Another self-care tip that's really simple and easy is to eat something you love. That's all it takes. Eat something you love. Allow yourself to have that piece of cake. Allow yourself to have some Oreos. Doesn't matter, whatever it is that you want in that moment. I'm not talking about just like letting go of control or anything that you had set your mind to do, like eat healthier or anything like that, but allow yourself to just indulge in something that you love. Those were my top easiest self-care techniques that don't require money or a lot of time. I hope that you enjoyed them and that you will try them out, especially the not doing. I know it's really hard in our culture to not do, but if you try it out, let me know how it works for you. And I'd also like to hear from you. What are some of your favorite self-care tips that you've utilized? If you're working full-time, what do you do at work to self-care? Or if you don't work full-time and you have time to self-care by other means, please let me know in the comments below, or DM me on my Instagram. I'm really active on there, so we can have a quick conversation. I appreciate you so much. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.